This is part 2, interview with Mary Miracle. I hope you enjoy.
One Muslim man had a great gangrene leg. He came in on crutches the first night. The second night, he got rid of the crutches and had a cane. But see, God was healing him, even though he wasn't a believer.
Yeah.
And so, and same with the spiritists. They got deliverance, a little level of deliverance every time they came. And by the third night, there was just such rejoicing because these people really got set free and healed. That was just a miracle, total miracles. Another time we were in the Philippines, where there was street people out there. It was raining that night, and we were out there in the rain. It was a nice warm rain, so we didn't mind. But these people would come in the prayer line, and you just see them light up after prayer because they received the love of God right there. And so that just touches your heart so much it makes you motivated to want to go again and again.
Yeah, it's encouraging.
So it was very, very exciting
That's
to go.
the difference. That's what I was talking with Janie here in an earlier segment about how heartbreaking it is for us in America here.
Oh, it is.
It's because we have so much.
We do.
That our hearts have grown cold to the things of God.
That's right.
And in the other countries, they have so much lack.
So little.
And that's what makes them really cry out.
It does.
And because of this, we have this arrogance in America, this prideful nature.
That's right.
That we don't need God anymore.
That's
because
right.
we have so much.
So much.
That they're forgetting who give it to them. And that's really heartbreaking to even hear. And for me, my heart and passion's America, and a lot of people are in the other nations. But for me, my heart is here. And
mine is too.
yeah, but I mean, not from foreign missions. What I'm saying, and so. When I hear of your wonderful stories, it's so wonderful to hear because you sometimes get so discouraged here in America because of the heartbreak of the people that are so hard-hearted of turning away from the things of God. And so that must be beautiful.
It is.
To see that.
the childlike faith there.
Yeah.
It's just awesome.
I could really just really like to see that.
Yeah, it is. And then it gives you a desire to go back again and again.
And to have hope, too.
And to have hope, yes.
Yeah, and faith.
That you're really touching people's lives just by being faithful to go there. God does it through you.
Yeah.
And so it's wonderful.
It's nice to see that everything's not doom and gloom.
Right.
Yeah,
that's right.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's a big one.
Because there's a lot of doom and gloom we see here, in this country with so many lost souls.
Right.
And it's nice to see that people actually want Jesus.
That's right.
That would be really refreshing for me.
Yeah, and to know that He will heal people even though they're not saved. And that was a big thing, a revelation to me, because I just didn't think that would happen. But I saw it with my own eyes. And very special. And He always provided the money. I used to be a worrier about everything. And I'd worry, how am I going to raise all this money to go? But the Lord was faithful. He would bring it in supernaturally, and right till the last minute, that last 500 or whatever it was would come in, and it was just God all the way. And He said one time, "You are a sent one. So when I send you, I will pay for you." And so, sure, you do all you can to try to raise money on your own, but He is the one that's in charge, and He will send you.
Yeah. That's right. That's exciting, though. And so now here in the States, in your
I do a lot of home ministry, a lot of home ministry right now, and I am going to go out overseas again. I know that, but 6 years ago, my husband went to be with the Lord, and so it's been a big transition. In the meantime, I lost my house, but again, God takes care of the widows. He said that He will restore the widow and the fatherless. So I started standing on that prayer, and during that time, He's just come through for me miraculously. He helped me pay taxes that were back taxes. I don't even know how they got paid. I didn't do it. Somebody did. One day I got a bill. It said $10 for your taxes, and I thought, no, I owe almost $3,000. And I called them up and said, I think you made a mistake on my bill. And they said, well, you paid your taxes last month. I said, "Oh, thank you." I just knew that I hadn't, but God used somebody or some way that He did it supernaturally. And then I was told when I was ready to sell my house that there's no way that you're going to come out with anything. You're still going to owe what you had used to refinance for all your bills and so on. And there's no way you're going to come out with anything, but you'll have that bill left over. You'll just be able to sell it for what the sheriff's sale was. Well, I kept 2 or 3 people wanted to buy the house, and I just couldn't sign the papers for it. I just said, no, I can't. God's going to do something different. I just knew in my spirit that He was going to do something better than that. So after I refused the last person, 2 weeks later, and then I had Prophet Hansen, who was on your program.
Oh, yeah.
Stayed at my house for 2 weeks. And he prayed, and he kept saying, I see their house sold, sold, sold. And so after he left, I got a phone call. A gentleman that was a realtor said, I think I've got a cash buyer for your house, and they can erase your bill. So I said, wow, that would be a real miracle if you could do that. And so I had him come out. He brought the person through. He loved the house, made an offer, and then I said, no, it's worth more than that, because the winter before I was having furnace problems, and they gave me a brand new through the energy assistance program, as I had to apply for that. They gave me a brand new energy efficient furnace, plus gave me some off on my electric and my gas bill. And then they proceeded to insulate the whole upper part of the house and get that. So it was the house was in very good shape. We'd always taken care of it and added on to it and so on. And so this cash buyer saw the value of the house, and he gave me what I asked for it. And so I was able to, then they also erased that back bill on the mortgage that I still had, the balance due, almost $200,000. They took that off. I don't owe that. It didn't hurt my credit. It was a total miracle that the Lord had that done for me. And it paid all my bills, paid for my car, everything. So I'm debt free.
That is a miracle.
So hallelujah.
So now that's to somebody in the audience today. I feel that story was for somebody. Somebody needed to hear that.
Somebody, I've told the story as a testimony other places, and 9 times out of 10 somebody will come up and say, that really ministered to me, because I needed to hear that, that the Lord takes care of the widow, and usually it's widows that have come up to me.
Somebody needed to hear that tonight. They need to know that there's hope through prayer, that they just keep praying and plugging in.
And just trusting God, trusting Him all the way.
So at this time then, you're having, at our friends, you're having
Bible study
which you have been doing, and also you have Seder, you have that.
The Seder dinner we had before, and
we're going to hopefully have it this year.
I hope so. I hope we
want
can.
It this year, okay?
I need people that will, can do that with me, because I didn't. It was somebody else that came and had all the information how to go through the procedure of it. I just opened my home for it, and then I've been to other homes for it as well.
Well, we can get that arranged.
Yeah, we can do that.
Scott has that.
Right.
His friend has that whole. We have that whole procedure. Okay. So that will be exciting that we can do that. I think that is fun.
The last 20 years, I have been having an evangelist couple come in the first Saturday of every month, faithfully, except during the summer, because they have a tent ministry. And they were just at the new location at your ministry house. Yeah. They were there last Saturday, week ago, Saturday night. Right. And so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and so, and how was that
miracle, that was good.
Thing that they had?
Very good.
And you see a few people come to Christ during that time?
Yes, always.
Always good?
People come to Christ, and people get healed and set free and get words from the Lord that they're seeking God about, or confirmations.
Oh, yeah, that's exciting, isn't it? That is exciting. And then through this time, that the transition with your husband and everything, and then your
he's healed me.
Yeah, there's been things that's been in your personal things that are healing too.
Oh, sorry, everybody.
Can
Sorry.
you share that with us at all?
Sorry.
The faith that has brought it on.
Well, God just helped me heal quickly. He said, I'm going to make your grieving short, because He knew my husband was very sickly when I first met him, and I kept questioning him, are you sure I'm supposed to marry him? And the Lord kept confirming it, because He knew I was into health and nutrition, and that besides prayer for healing, that would be a good a combination, and he was more prophetic and words of wisdom for people and that kind of gifting he had. And so we made a pretty good team. And then we did food ministry as well at that mission church for years. And then we continued on after that church sold out to some other church. Then we just did it out of our garage. And we did that for I don't know how many years. And then he got real sick, and it was not a long drawn out sickness. He had gotten cancer because he was taking his medication double what he was supposed to. And as you know, that'll ruin your organs like your liver and your pancreas. So that's what happened with there. He did receive healing when we went over to Benny Hinn 3 times. He got totally healed. And then one other time at a ministry here in town. And so he experienced the healing of the Lord. And I just think that he probably should have shared it more as a testimony and walked in it more, just hung on to it. Like I say, people, when you get your healing, you got to learn to hang on to it. Because if you don't, the enemy comes real quick to try to give you symptoms.
Oh, yeah. So this is end of part 2. And we will continue on with part 3.